Taxonomic aids. Taxonomic aids. See here, taxonomic studies. Taxonomic aids meaning. So the collection and preservation of plant and animal specimens is called taxonomic aids. So the taxonomic studies of organisms are useful in agriculture, public health, and environmental biology. As these branches are heavily depends upon identification and classification of organisms. Taxonomic aids. So there are a number of taxonomic aids prepared by biological scientists. So taxonomic aids means collection and preservation of plant and animal specimens. Plant and animal different specimens for future use, for study and reference. So the taxonomic studies of organisms, taxonomic studies of plant and animal species helps to study agriculture. How those plant specimens and animal specimens are useful in agriculture and what kind of agricultural crops are there around us. So about those are all the aids we can study. So those are useful to study in agriculture and public health. Different plant specimens. So those plant specimens, how useful to the human mankind in medicinally, that we can public health and environmental biology. So these branches are heavily, deeply depends upon identification and classification of different plant and animal species. Biological scientists have discovered number of taxonomic aids, procedures, techniques. Those are all the procedures and techniques stored and preserved for future. There are a number of taxonomic aids are there in environmental biology. So those taxonomic aids, in our syllabus they have given. So those we will see that. So the taxonomic aid, herbarium. This is one taxonomic aid. Botanical garden. Second one is botanical garden. Museum. Zoological parks. Flora. Manuals. And monographs. These are all called taxonomical aids. So among those taxonomic aids, first taxonomic aid, herbarium. So generally these are all we can write general points. Okay, herbarium. See, a herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens. Only plant specimens. Herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens, dried, pressed, and pasted on sheets. So, herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens. Plant specimens are collected, dried, pressed, and pasted on sheets. So, plant specimens. Here, one flower is there. Okay, so flower along with leaf, they will cut it. This is called plant specimen. This cut part, they will keep in between the books. In between the books, they will apply some weight. Okay, so for example, so in between the book, this part they will keep. On book, some weight they will be kept. Some weight they will be kept. Today they will kept some weight. Tomorrow by the same time they will remove it, so they will observe it, and again they will change the place. They will keep in another book. Like that, the plant specimens are dried, pressed. When the plant specimen is completely dried, that plant specimen on the A4 chart on A4 chart, they will be placed. This is called herbarium sheet. Herbarium is a storehouse of collected plant specimens, dried, pressed. After completing dried, the plant specimens they will be pasted on A4 size chart. About this plant specimen, they will be mentioned here. About this complete plant specimen information, they will be provided. This is called herbarium sheets. Okay, so herbarium sheets are storehouse of collected plant specimens that are dried, pressed, and pasted on sheets. Second one is the herbarium sheets are arranged and organized according to the universally accepted rules of classification. According to the universally accepted rules of classification. Universally accepted rules of classification means what? Binomial nomenclature. According to the binomial nomenclature system, they will be pasted herbarium sheets. Okay, arrangement means what? So first, scientific name. So plant name, place of collection, date, scientific name, common name, genus name, species name, family name. According to the binomial nomenclature system of classification, so the herbarium sheets we have to arrange. Okay, that's the second. Third one is the herbarium sheet contains the information. The herbarium sheet contains complete information about the plant species that is used for future reference. So that kind of a herbarium storehouse is available in some of the botanical gardens. If you will go and see that herbarium room, if you will take any picture and see that picture means you will get complete information. They will providing complete information about this plant species. It will be quick reference system. Okay, that's all. Since herbarium sheets are provided complete information about plant specimens, the plant which is collected about the plant, complete information is provided in a corner providing information on the herbarium sheet. What is the information? Place of collection, collector's name, place of collection, collector's name, date, time, scientific name, common name, etc. Okay, that is called herbarium sheets. Okay, even you also needed to collect. For biopractical, you have to be collected herbarium sheets. That is herbarium. Okay, next, botanical gardens. Botanical gardens. See here, botanical gardens are sufficiently large-sized tracts, large-sized field, in which different species of living plants are grown for research and reference. Those are called botanical gardens. Generally, the botanical garden, in botanical garden, the plants which are growing, every plant is labeled with scientific name, common name, and family. In botanical garden, whatever may be the plants and plant species are growing, those are all the plants labeled with scientific name, common name, family. If you will go and visit botanical garden, if you will see any plant, so about that plant family, common name, scientific name, we get to know that. Okay, each botanical garden have herbarium herbarium, herbarium sheets will be there. That separate house will be there. In that house, herbarium sheets they will be kept. Herbarium, library, photographic center, lecture room, and nurseries. These five must and should present in every botanical gardens. Each botanical garden should have herbarium, library, artistic room. Artistic room means what the specific plant names. Photographic room, lecture pavilion, lecture room, and nurseries. If any college students visit the botanical gardens, then some people will be there. So they will give lecture. So that lecture room is needed. So these are all must and should available in botanical gardens. The famous botanical gardens, Royal Botanical Garden. Royal Botanical Garden. It is present in England. England. National Botanical Garden. National Botanical Garden. National Botanical Garden. It is located in Lucknow. Lucknow. It is located in Lucknow, India. National Botanical Garden. Indian Botanical Garden. Indian Botanical Garden is located in Kolkata. Kolkata. These are famous botanical gardens. Okay, that's it. Museum. Next, museum. So museum is a place where artistic and educational material is available for display, observation, and research. Museum is a place where artistic and educational material is available, which is useful for study, reference, and observation. That places are called museums. Generally, so museums are two types: historical museums and biological museums. Historical museums are kept in district headquarters in that place. So the people who are made a huge effort for country, those people's pictures, those people's used materials, all things they will be kept in that place. Those are called museum. Historical museum is available, biological museum is available. For us, biological museums, we needed to keep this stage. So biological museums generally established in educational institutions like schools and colleges. Even in our colleges, we can establish biological museum. In that biological museum, what we will keep? Different plant species, animal species, pictures, specimens, dried specimens we can keep, liquid specimens we can keep. Those are called museums. Okay, so a museum contains the information about different species of plant and animals. Generally, ways to keep museum. Say how we keep museum first. Plant specimens we can keep in the form of dry condition. Any plant material we can bring. Okay, angiosperms, gymnosperms, pteridophytes, bryophytes, like that material we can bring and dry them and keep it in room. Those places are called biological museums. Our biology laboratory is called biological museums. Thermocol pictures we can keep. On chart we can draw pictures and paste to the wall. Those are called biological museums. Nothing but laboratory. So plant specimens we can dry them and keep in museum. Plant specimens we can keep. Okay. Next one, animal specimens. Animal specimens also we can preserve. Already you might have seen in 10th class. So we will take one glass jar or container. In that we will fill a chemical, formaldehyde or ether or alcohol, ethyl alcohol we will keep. We will fill that container. See, for example, this is a container. container, glass container. We will fill it with formaldehyde or acetaldehyde or else any ethyl alcohol, something we will keep. In this one, any animal we can preserve. In that animal, a rat we can preserve, a squirrel we can preserve, a snake we can preserve, lizard we can preserve. So in that lizard or rat, decomposing material we have to remove them and put into the liquid. If we will keep them into the liquid, if we will keep them in the liquid, that is called animal. Like that, plant specimens we can keep in container, animal specimens we can keep and preserve there. Along with the plant and animal specimens, different species of insects. First, we have to collect them, kill them, and remove the decomposed material and preserve them. Insects, snakes, mammals, etc. Even human skeleton also we can preserve in museums for research and reference. Okay, like that museums we can preserve. Museum is a place where plant and animal specimens are preserved for study and reference. Those places are called museum. So zoological parks. So zoological parks. Next one is zoological parks. Zoological park. It is a place where animals are preserved in natural environment under human care and protection. Okay, zoological parks. You might have visited zoological parks. From the different places, wild animals they will bring and preserved in highly protected environmental condition and under the human care. Okay, it helps to study complete information about animals and their behavior. That is called zoological parks. So, in the zoological parks, the different species of animals are preserved under natural conditions and provide healthy food and good care of provided to those animals. Generally, so some people visit the animals and will feel a kind of a happiness. Where the animals are preserved, those animals, veterinary doctor daily should check their health. Should be vaccinated. If any abnormal conditions are faced, immediately we have to give proper health checkup and give proper medicines to them. Veterinary doctor should check regularly and observe their health condition. Those are places are called zoological parks. Next one is key. See, on that day I said that already about the key. I said that key. Key is a tool for identification of Key is a tool for identification of plant and animal species. Key is a tool for identification of plant and animal species. Okay, so key is a kind of taxonomic aid. Kind of taxonomic aid which helps to identify the different species of unknown organisms by key diagrams. Key diagrams. For example, now I am drawing a diagram. You can identify this. What is this? Earthworm. Earthworm. This is called earthworm. Okay, like this. Next. Caterpillar larva. Okay, these are called key. A pair of contrasting characters. Key is a in key, a pair of contrasting, a pair of opposite characters are called couplets. Couplets. A pair of contrasting characters is called couplets. Opposite characters. If you will see cockroach, see cockroach. Cockroach body. Okay, see wings are there here. By seeing them, we can identify these belongs to cockroach. Here, let's see there. If we will see left leg or right leg, by seeing them, we can say that it is belongs to cockroach. Suddenly, if you see on road one human being leg in cut condition, by seeing that leg, we can say that bodies belongs to humans. If that person is among us, easily by seeing their fingers and leg structure, we can say that this leg is belongs to so and so person. These are called couplets. Key contains a pair of contrasting characters. Those are called couplets. Like that. Like that, number of plant and animal species. Okay. One plant, Peru fruit. Peru fruit, one branch was we found here. By seeing that, we can say that this is belongs to so plant. Okay, so key is the taxonomic aid, which helps to identify unknown organisms based on key diagrams. These are all called key. Okay, so these are also called clue. In a key, these are also called clue or lead. Okay, so suddenly one snake, fish, for example, one fish diagram, if we draw one fish diagram. By seeing this, we can say that it is belongs to so and so on fish. Like this fish diagram, we can identify. So that's called key. Based on the key diagram, we can identify. Key is based on a pair of contrasting characters. Those are called couplets. A key is based on similar characters. See, it is dorsal portion. Dorsal and ventral. It is the dorsal portion. Ventral means front portion. So dorsal and ventral seems to be similar features. Okay. So like that. It is the dorsal part. Ventral part is front will be there. Here it is like that number of diagrams. Okay. So key is based on clearly observable features. The key is based on clearly observable features. So easily we can identify. That is called key. Next, flora. The study of different species of plants are called flora. So flora. Next, mammals. Now some students came and took journals. If you wanted to write journal, you wanted to take manual. The manual contains information about different species of plants and animals and their pictures. Those books are called manuals. Okay, so even you had first PUC biology manual, physics manual, chemistry manual, in such a way second PUC also. These manuals contains the information about different species of plants and animals, about their pictures. Okay, that is called manuals. Manuals contains information about the different species of plants and animals. Monograph. It contains information, complete information about one particular organism. Generally, in our home, those kind of books might be there. Generally, so some market executives, salesmen, they will come to the home and they will sell books, different kinds of books. So those books contains complete information about one particular animal. Those kind of books are called monograph. Generally, those people will visit the home and they will say that if you wanted to buy this book outside, 2000 rupees book, but we are selling this book for about 500 only. Please buy. They will force us. You might have experience. Those books are called monograph. Actually, if you will buy such books, it will help only for us. So if you wanted to know complete information about the human, one monograph is there. In that monograph, in that book, these are books only. In that book, complete information about human beings is there. If you wanted to know information about a tiger, lion, monkeys, yes, one monograph, it completely contains information about one animal. Okay, that's such complete information, complete history of that animals. Those are called monographs. Okay, so this is the information about living world. Okay, so these are all general topics left. So day before yesterday we discussed some animals scientific names. Okay, in textbook one tabular column given. In that tabular column, some animals scientific names given. That scientific names, family, order, class. Once have a look on that. So in the textbook, whatever the information, whatever may be the scientific names given, that scientific names you study. Okay, that's a textbook you study. Okay, so from the textbook only they will ask questions. Objective bits also they will ask. Okay, that's it. If you have any doubts, let me know that.